So artificial intelligence has totally swept through the world of real estate. But it's not the simple, seamless tech revolution you might think. We're about to dive into a really surprising paradox that new survey data has uncovered. There's this huge gap between how agents are using AI and how much they actually trust it. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm just going to throw a number at you. 82%. What do you think that represents when it comes to AI and real estate? I have a feeling the answer is gonna surprise you. Yep, that's it. A staggering 82% of real estate agents are already actively using AI. We're not talking about some far-off sci-fi future here. This is happening right now. AI has gone completely mainstream. It's a tool that's deeply woven into the day-to-day business of buying and selling homes. So we know a ton of agents are using it, but just how deep does this AI takeover really go? Let's take a closer look at the sheer scale of what's happening. And if you zoom out a little bit, beyond just the people using it today, the picture gets even wilder. Get this, a massive 92% of agents are either using AI now or are planning to get on board. That leaves this tiny little slice, just 8% on the sidelines. I mean, we are talking about near total acceptance of this technology. And for most agents, this isn't just about dipping their toes in the water. 68%, that's more than 2 out of every 3, have actually woven AI into their daily or weekly workflow. It's basically becoming part of the furniture, right alongside their email or their CRM. So with everyone and their brother jumping on the AI bandwagon, you've got to ask, why? What's the big draw here? Well, the data points to one single overwhelming reason. It really all boils down to one thing: time. Time saving is the absolute killer app for AI in real estate. 71% of agents said it's the #1 benefit. Sure, better communication and slicker presentations are great, but it's pretty clear that making life more efficient is the name of the game. So where are they finding all this extra time? Well, it's in all those little tasks that just eat up the clock. You know what I'm talking about. Trying to write the perfect listing description, coming up with catchy marketing slogans, creating social media posts day after day, and writing what feels like a million emails. Agents are now happily just handing all that over to their new AI assistant. And we're not talking about a few minutes here and there. These time savings are very real. Over 2/3 of agents are getting back at least 1 hour every single week, and a third of them, they're saving more than 4 hours. That's like getting half a workday back that they can now use for what really matters: finding new clients and building those relationships. I love this quote from one of the agents in the survey. It just cuts through all the noise. AI helps me get to the point. It's not about some crazy, complicated magic trick. It's just about being clearer and more efficient. AI is helping them communicate better, which, let's be honest, is the heart and soul of their job. Okay, but this is where the story takes a really interesting turn. Because despite all this widespread use and all these obvious benefits, there's a huge problem bubbling just under the surface. This is what we're calling the critical confidence gap. Just look at these numbers. It is almost a perfect 50-50 split. A slight majority, 52%, of agents are either not confident or only kind of confident in the stuff AI is generating for them. So you see the paradox, right? They're using it all the time, but more than half of them are seriously side-eyeing the results. And this slide really breaks it down for you. On one hand, agents are totally cool letting AI handle the low-stakes, creative stuff like marketing copy or social media posts. But when the stakes get high, we're talking pricing strategies, making sure everything is legally compliant, creating those crucial market analyses, or guiding a client through the biggest purchase of their life. That's where they pump the brakes. These are the things with serious financial and legal consequences. So what we have here is a massive trust problem. And the big question becomes, how does the industry actually fix this? How do we bridge this gap to unlock what AI can really do? Well, the survey points to a pretty clear 2-part way forward. It really comes down to a 2-pronged attack that's going to require a partnership. First, the tech companies themselves, they need to step up and build better, more reliable tools. And second, the brokerages have a huge responsibility here to provide the right training and guidelines so agents can use these things effectively and ethically. And agents have a pretty clear wish list. They're not asking for a fancier chatbot. They want tools that help them with the really important work: creating clean, accurate market analyses, explaining nuanced pricing strategies, and generating hyper-local content that really gets the vibe of a specific neighborhood. Those are the kinds of tools that are going to build real trust. And then there's the training piece. Agents are looking for practical, hands-on guidance. They don't need a college lecture on AI theory. They want to see it in action. Video tutorials, real-world case studies that show them exactly how to use AI the right way to get the best results for their clients. So, where does all of this leave us? What does it all mean for the future of what it means to be a real estate agent? Well, it suggests we're seeing a whole new kind of agent start to emerge. We're starting to see the outline of what we're calling the future-ready agent. This is someone who isn't just good with tech, they are fundamentally committed to building trust. They use these incredibly powerful tools responsibly and skillfully to actually make the service they provide even better. It's about using technology to become more human, more connected, and more trustworthy, not less. And all of this brings us to the big, final question for the entire industry. As these incredible tools get baked into every single part of a real estate deal, what is it that's actually going to define a trustworthy agent in the age of AI? The answer to that question, well, that's going to shape the future of this entire profession.